Hi guys, this is Ernesto Roldan from Mike Duffy's Personal Training. I'd like to go over another in-home workout with you guys. Today's in-home workout, 20 minutes long. It's AMRAP, AMRAP stands for as many rounds as possible. So for 20 minutes you're going to perform a sequence as many times as you possibly can within that 20 minutes. I'll go over the movements and then I'll break them down, and then I'll do one round and then you guys can take it from there. The movements are, you're going to do 6 walkouts or a plank, depending on your fitness level. Then you're going to do 12 forward lunges or split jumping lunge, 15 thrusters, 20 dips, and 30 mountain climbers. So let's go over the movements. So the first movement is a walkout. So you're basically going to stand about hip to shoulder width. You're going to hinge at the waist. Use your hands to walk all the way out until you're in the plank position. From here, you have an option. You can do a push-up. And I usually tend to do a triangle or a close push-up. That way I work on my tricep. Then you're going to start walking back. And as you do that, you want to bend your knees. And then you want to end the movement by standing straight. That's a walkout. Now, if you can't perform a walkout, then I suggest you do a plank for about 45 seconds. So you can lay flat on the floor, put your forearms flat on the floor, and get into the plank position and keep tight, hold a lot of tension. The butt's tight, the abs are engaged, everything is tight. You want to create a nice straight line. You don't want to do a 45-second plank if you're able to. If you can't hold a 45-second plank, hold the plank for as long as you possibly can. So that's the walkout. The next movement that we're going to go through is the lunge. So you're going to do a forward lunge. So ideally you want to be about hip to shoulder width apart. You're going to bring one foot out, and as you bring the foot out, you're going to start with the heel and follow through with the toes. And you're going to come straight down by bending the hind leg at the knee. You don't want to go over your toes, so you want to just come straight down. And if you notice, I'm bending my knee, my back leg, all the way down to the floor. I'm keeping my chest open and straight, looking straight ahead. If you need to, you can put your arms out for some balance. Come back in and perform the movement on the other side. So that's the forward lunge. If you're a little bit more advanced and want a little bit more of a more dynamic plyometric movement, then you could do a split lunge or a jumping lunge. So start here on the bottom part of the movement, and you're just going to explode and switch sides. You don't really have to jump really high. So that's the lunge. The next movement we're going to go over is the thruster. The thruster is a front squat with an overhead press. For this movement, you can use whatever you have at home. If you have dumbbells, that's great. If you don't have dumbbells, you can use 2 water bottles, you can use a book, a gallon of water, whatever you have. But basically, the thruster, you want to stand with your legs either hip to shoulder width. You want the object that you're holding on to in the rack position, so your elbows are nice and tight. You're holding onto your dumbbell, your kettlebell, your gallon of water, whatever you have. You're going to go into a nice deep squat, and as you come out of the hole, as you extend the hips, you start to go overhead or press with the equipment. Once you're here, you want to make sure that your elbows are nice and straight, locked. Then you go right back into the rack, and as you're going into the rack, you're going back down to the squat. Okay, so here I have a pair of dumbbells. Alright, so again, I'm going to keep them in the rack, squat, go overhead, rack, go overhead. Okay? If I had 2 water bottles, do the same thing. Keep them in the rack, perform my thruster. So that's the thruster. The next movement is a dip. Now, you're at home, so you should have a chair, sofa, some sort of surface where you should be able to perform a dip. I have a chair here, and I also have a box. So you want to position yourself in front of your surface or your chair, sofa. Place your hands right on the edge and squeeze scoot out a little bit. Bend your knees so your hamstrings, the bottom of your legs are parallel to the ground. And you want to bend your elbows. You want to keep your back, your chest, well, you want to keep your chest open. You try to keep your back straight. You also want to stay close to the surface. You don't want to go out too far, because if you do, you're going to put a lot of stress on the shoulders, and we don't want that. So stay close to the surface, bend the elbows, keep the abs tight, push yourself up. All right? And that's the dip. Next, we have the mountain climber. So with the mountain climber, you want to start with your body flat on the floor, extend, and get into the plank position. Here, you're going to bring your knees towards your chest. And here, you want to maintain a nice steady pace so you don't blow out. Keep your abs tight and engaged. If you're not able to do the mountain climber on the floor, then you can find a surface, like a table, a box, a sofa, a chair again. The only thing I'd suggest is that you make sure that the box or the surface doesn't slide on you. Here, place your hands on top of the surface, and again, you want to bring your knees towards your chest. And maintain a nice pace that you're able to maintain. And that's the mountain. I'm going to do one full round of the AMRAP. Okay? So again, you're going to go for 20 minutes. You're going to see how many rounds you can get of the following sequence. It's 6 walkouts or a 45-second plank hold, 12 forward lunges or split jumping lunges, 15 thrusters, 20 dips, and 30 mountain climbers. Okay? So I'm going to start with my walkout. Six. Okay? Forward lunges. That's 12 total. 6. I did 6, and I'm going to do 6 jumping lunges. That's 6, so that's 12 total. Now I'll do 15 thrusters. Fifteen thrusters, 20 dips, and finally 30 mat climbers. And that's 30 on each side. That's 30. I don't know if you can tell, but my heart rate's up, I'm a little out of breath, and that was my first round. I'm not sure how long that took me, but I'd say a couple minutes. So you see, if you go for 20 minutes, this could really work you out. Again, 20 minutes, as many rounds as you possibly can. 6 walkouts or 45-second plank, 12 forward or jumping lunges, 15 thrusters, 20 dips, and 30 mountain climbers, and that's 30 on each side. Pace yourself. You don't want to, especially in the beginning, you don't want to blow yourself out where you do 2 good rounds, and then for the rest of the time you can't perform or you can't complete a round. So a lot of people tend to, especially in the beginning, try to do too much, too quickly, too fast, and then you waste all your energy, and then you're not able to sustain. So pace yourself if you need to. Take a few breaks in between the movements. If you guys have any questions, you can contact me. My number's in the manual, or Mike Duffy, his number's in the manual.